Hi guys, so here we've got the third part of my Discovering the SNES series, and this game is Axelay, released by Konami in 1992. So this game was suggested to me by Alex, Nintendo Arcade, but it was also featured by Big Juffer on his Shmups at Home series. It's an A to Z, so literally this was the first game he chose. So Axelay is a both vertical and horizontal scrolling shmup. It has levels of each type. The first level here is a vertical scrolling section. You can see kind of the mode 7 in full effect with the nice scrolling background, giving this sort of perception of sort of moving along this planet, sort of bit of a kind of circular effect going on here. And so yeah, this was released by Konami, and you can kind of see Konami hallmarks all over the game. I mean, just like the font at the top is very much like Gradius, so there's lots of kind of Gradius inspired aspects here. The other thing I found out that was quite interesting was that the people who produced this basically went on to form Treasure. So Treasure, went on to release a number of interesting games in this kind of era, particularly for the Sega Mega Drive. And one of the reasons for them leaving Konami was that they felt that they were kind of being restricted in their creativity. And so here's an example of a game that's a little different to other Konami games, but also follows those kind of historical formulas from the Gradius series. So yeah, we just defeated the mid-level boss. This game is very much kind of in an arcade style. It's almost good enough to be an arcade game. I don't think I think the kind of one difference you've got here is that, I don't know, the vertical scrolling on a horizontal 4:3 screen is kind of it's pretty much the domain of home games, because most people are limited to a horizontal television where most of these games would be played, whereas a lot of vertical scrolling games in the arcade would have a vertical monitor. But because the game kind of swaps between vertical and horizontal sections, I guess that's kind of makes up for that. Just navigate that. See, the effects here are pretty nice. The other thing is the weapon system. So in the top right, you've got the list of the weapons here. Basically, when you take a hit, so if you get shot by a bullet, that weapon gets taken out. So the weapon I was using was the kind of side weapon, where if you take your finger off the fire button, it kind of rotates to the side. You can shoot things that are next to you, which is a kind of nice feature. It's also reasonably powerful, so kind of helps there. Now I've got the kind of first weapon, this kind of flamethrower type weapon, and then the third weapon is kind of like a missile type weapon. The way this works is, as I say, if you take a hit, that weapon gets taken out. But if you you see, I just got shot there, so I lost the kind of flamethrower weapon. If you there we go, I've taken up the first boss, this kind of spider weapon. But if you collide with an enemy, that's enough to fully take out your ship, and you lose a life. So yeah, I've actually done not too bad though. I usually lose a life on the first level. And as you go from level to level, you get upgrades to your ship. and newer weapons. So here we've gone from the vertical scrolling section with all those lovely Mode 7 effects to a more traditional side-scrolling level here. Actually, when I played this before, I did find the side-scrolling section slightly easier. It may be just that it feels a little bit more like a traditional shmup, you know, Gradius kind of style. Whereas the with the Mode 7 effects going on, the movement is a bit strange. Like the background moves with you, and so there's a, you know, it's not just moving around the screen up, down, left, right. And yeah, it can be a bit, you know, off-putting compared to traditional shmups. But I mean, the whole point of doing this series is, you know, looking at games that, you know, I had little to no exposure to on the Mega Drive, and you know, this game is quite incredible. The graphics are amazing, and it plays really well too. It's, you know, it's got all of that Konami excellence, and you know, knowing what Treasure went on to do, it's not surprising this game is very good. So yeah, definitely one, you know, I'm pretty impressed with. I think really shows off lots of the great aspects of the SNES. The other thing that's quite nice is the music in this game. You know, the Mega Drive is known for not having the best music. It's quite kind of industrial sounding because of the nature of the... Oh, lost a few lives there. Oh, I've lost a few weapons there. Yeah, because it... Yeah, whereas the SNES sound chip, you know, is a little different, and it produces much nicer music, really. And so yeah, that's quite a nice feature of this game too. Oh, struggling now. Let's just try and focus and keep the game going. Yeah, there's a decent amount going on. As I say, the difficulty is very arcade-like, which is pretty nice. Because actually these days, I mostly want things I can pick up, play for a bit, and then put down when I'm kind of done with them. So, you know, things that, you know, that's why arcade games appeal to me, and this is about as much of in an arcade style as you're gonna get from a home game. I posted this on my Instagram recently, and yeah, Alex did challenge me and said that, you know, that the Mega Drive couldn't do a game as good as this. So, you know, I'm willing to take on that challenge, being very much a Mega Drive fan. So yeah, I'll give him a response once I maybe make a choice, put a video together. So yeah, we're coming towards the end of the second level now. So yeah, we'll see the second boss. The other thing in this series was, you know, I was going to feature different controllers. And you see here, I mean, this is basically an arcade game, so, you know, really you've got to use an arcade stick. And so what I've got here is my PlayStation 2 shell that I've turned into an arcade stick. So it's made with a PlayStation 1 digital pad, which I've kind of taken apart and then soldered the joystick and buttons to. So it's got a sanwa JLF installed, and sanwa buttons. And then start and select from the pad are wired into the power and the eject buttons on the front of the console. So yeah, that's kind of, I think it's a nice touch, and the PS2 still has all of its ports present, because some of the internals I've left in, mostly for weight, to give the you know, because a plastic box doesn't weigh very much, and you know, an arcade stick you don't want to move around too much. So yeah. I think for a game like this, a stick is essential really for the level of precision you would want, especially in, like, you know, the boss stages like this where we're dodging bullets, avoiding the boss itself. I've impressed myself. I've actually done all right in this run. Sometimes when I've played this game, I've really struggled because it's quite difficult. That's not going to hit me. There we go. Oh, hit the ceiling. Oh, is that game over? Yeah, that's game over. So, yeah, like an arcade game, you kind of get given credits, and you can continue a number of times. So potentially, you know, I could continue, and it would take me back to that stage 2. But yeah, we'll wrap this up now. So this was Axelay on the SNES. Excellent home system shmup. Basically, almost arcade quality. You know, if you were playing this at home in 1992, I'm sure you'll be very happy. Interestingly, the game didn't sell that well, and so there was a planned sequel, but that got cancelled. And maybe some of those decisions actually led to those Treasure guys leaving Konami and setting up Treasure. So maybe it's not all bad, and definitely benefited the Mega Drive owners more than the SNES owners, some of those decisions. So yeah, you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you soon. I'll be back next week with another one of these games. So yeah, see you then. Bye.